Bailey's dad.
What is up, my friendsos? It's your boy Bailey's dad, and today we're going to be looking at 10 tips and tricks for Among Us to make you a better player. Some of the ones on the list I'm sure you haven't seen yet, so be sure to watch all the way through to the end. Are you interested in getting access to the Bailey's Dad live Discord server with almost 200 Among Us players inside? Consider becoming a channel member today. And without further ado, let's get straight into the list. Coming in at number 1 are the free holiday hats. Here's an easy way to get some exclusive holiday hats to customize your character with. I'm going to demonstrate how it's done on PC, but this method also works on iOS and Android devices. First, you have to go into your device's date and time settings. Then you're going to need to turn off set time automatically and instead turn on set time manually. The first date you're going to enter is October 30th, 2019 at 11:59 p.m. This is going to set your calendar to 1 minute before Halloween hits, which gives you just enough time to open Among Us, create a lobby, and wait until the clock strikes midnight. Once the date changes over to October 31st, you'll automatically get 12 brand new Halloween themed hats to use. You can use this same trick to get Christmas hats by setting your calendar to 1 minute before December 25th, otherwise known as Christmas of 2019. Tip number 2 is find a buddy when you're playing as a crewmate. Immediately finding someone you can trust as a crewmate is super important. You're far less likely to get killed in a group of 2 or more than when you're alone. As you go along doing tasks or fixing sabotages or otherwise, your buddy can watch your back and you theirs. However, choose who you trust wisely. They may just be an imposter in hiding. A good rule of thumb when buddying up is to keep a general safe distance away from them until they've either done visual tasks or you've seen the taskbar increase while they were doing a non-visual task. If you're not careful, a good imposter player will bait you into thinking they're friendly the whole game, then betray you last minute. Tip number 3 is know your sabotage when you're playing as an imposter. There are a handful of locations on each map that an imposter can sabotage. There's O2, reactor, electrical, communications, and doors, but not every map has all 5. Each of these sabotages are useful when trying to limit the abilities and control the environment of the crewmates. O2 and Reactor both create life-threatening events for the crewmates, meaning if they don't fix either within a certain time limit, they will all die and the imposters will win. Sabotaging communications will make it so the crewmates can't see their task list or task locations on the map until the comms are restored. It also disables the security cameras, vitals monitoring, admin map, and door log. Sabotaging lights will drastically reduce the vision radius of the crewmates, so they'll be unable to see other players around them until they're very close. Lastly, sabotaging the doors will close the chosen door for 10 seconds, locking people into rooms. Tip number 4 is develop an alibi. If you can't prove your innocence as a crewmate, then you're more likely to get incorrectly voted off as an imposter. Part of the goal as an innocent person is to back up your innocence with hard evidence. That could be doing a visual task in front of another crewmate that can corroborate your alibi, or simply butting up with another crewmate around the map. Either way, you want to quickly establish your innocence to the rest of the crew so you can more easily narrow down who the actual imposters are. Imposters could make up lies about your whereabouts and actions, and if you can't prove them wrong, then how will the rest of your crew know you're not lying? This is the importance of developing a solid alibi. Tip number 5 is don't stare at tasks when you're playing as a crewmate. The crewmates have 3 different types of tasks: long tasks, short tasks, and common tasks. Each lobby's individual settings dictate how many a crewmate has to do per game and of which length before they can claim a victory. And although it's very important that crewmates complete all their tasks, if you focus on them too much without being aware of your surroundings, you're more likely to get picked off by nearby imposters and lose. That's why if you're somewhere doing a task by yourself, especially if it's a long one, you always want to know your surroundings well. Don't be afraid to cancel in the middle of a task if you see someone around you that's acting suspicious. Your team benefits more if you're alive than if you're dead. Tip number 6 is kill then sabotage when you're playing as an imposter. This is very location dependent and doesn't always work, but in general, if you can make a kill and then sabotage an area of the map, you're more likely to delay the body being found and draw away suspicion from yourself. This also works well to create a false alibi if the crewmates see you trying to fake fix the sabotage. Use this strategy when there are still a lot of crewmates alive, otherwise you could be spotted easily. It's not a good idea to do the opposite, that is, sabotage then kill, because all you'll end up doing is creating a panic where everyone scurries to the same place to fix the sabotaged area, and you oftentimes end up getting nothing out of it. Tip number 7 is how to show or hide the taskbar. This one seems really obvious, but actually I was playing the game for a while before I realized you could do this. The taskbar on the top left of your screen shows you all sorts of great information. As a crewmate, it tells you what tasks you have left to complete, what sabotages you need to fix, and other helpful info. As an imposter, the taskbar tells you which tasks you can fake. But the problem is that most of the time it just takes up a bunch of unnecessary space on your screen. So if you want to hide it, all you have to do is click the word tasks. It will either hide or show the taskbar. Tip number 8 is play with friends. Among Us is much more fun with a group of friends playing together on voice chat. I use the app Discord to bring my friends together when we're playing Among Us. We have all sorts of crazy banter and super funny discussions trying to uncover the imposters and deceiving the crewmates, and it's just an overall blast. When you try to find random parties though to play with in-game, unfortunately you end up getting a bunch of half-hearted players, trolls, or people that will leave if they aren't the imposter, which makes for a miserable experience. There are a lot of popular Discord servers full of players of varying skills that will make playing the game way more fun for you. I left links in the description for a few of those servers. Tip number 9 is ghosts can do tasks. You don't know how many times I've gotten into games where a crewmate dies, becomes a ghost, and suddenly goes totally inactive and stops contributing to the game. Believe it or not, ghosts can do just about all the same things that a live crewmate can do, with the exception of talking to other live players and fixing sabotaged areas. So it's super important that even if you die as a crewmate, that you finish your tasks as a ghost. Otherwise, the crewmates can't win via tasks. Conversely, the imposter ghost can still sabotage all available areas too. So it's very important that you stay active when you're playing as a ghost. And finally, tip number 10 is playing around with different game settings. After a while of playing on the same exact settings, Among Us, while very entertaining on its own, can actually get pretty stale. Clicking on the Customize Computer and selecting the Game tab allows you to tweak all sorts of different aspects of the game. You can change crewmate and imposter attributes, how many tasks per game need to be completed, how fast everybody runs, and so on and so forth to fine-tune your best version of the game. By using these settings, you can also make each game either harder or easier for the players. On stream, I get a kick out of tweaking the settings with my friends to balance each match as fairly for both sides as possible while still creating a new, exciting gameplay experience for everyone. Be sure to share your fun settings in the comments below. And there you have it. So what did you think of our list? Please let us know in the comments below if you have any tips and tricks to share of your own. And I want to say a massive thank you to all of our current channel members, but in particular our gold and silver members, Hugoso, Binomo TV, and Nathan Hartunian. Thank you so much for your support. And of course, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to leave us a like and hit subscribe for more weekly content. And I'll see you next week on Bailey's Dad. Bye-bye.